What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Nerdgasm. Today we're going to be going over the Thor Ragnarok trailer. Now, there were some great Easter eggs and character introductions. The last two Thor movies weren't the most amazing Marvel movies, but this trailer makes the movie look so great. Let's get one thing out of the way immediately. The whole Ragnarok thing. Ragnarok is put into effect with Asgard going bye-bye. We get this whole amazing scene with Asgard getting wrecked right here. Now there's this whole shot of the death wave coming for Asgard, and we see a tree in the middle, and I just wanted to point out that it's highly unlikely that this is the world tree. We've seen the tree in other Thor movies, and it was way bigger and a lot more impressive than this one. But it's also possible they're just doing whatever they want, and this is the world tree, but I'm just saying, last time we saw it in the Thor movie, it was like huge and amazing. Next, let's talk about Hela. Hela is the daughter of Loki, and she rules the Hell dimension. We know Loki is in this movie, but we don't know if she's going to be just like her comic book counterpart, and she's going to be a version of Loki's daughter from before the previous Ragnarok from another universe. It's like a whole thing. It's really complicated, but she's not the current Loki's daughter. We do know that she's still the ruler of Hell here, though, and we get this awesome shot of Thor already in the Hell dimension, and I'm assuming that this is somewhere early in the movie because he still has his Asgardian long hair. Also, this bitch straight up destroyed Thor's ego by obliterating his hammer. I mean, who grabs the hammer? And this may have been a slow motion shot. I'm assuming it was a slow motion shot, but she just crushes the hammer in her hand. I would really love it if she like caught it and it's regular motion and she's just looking at him and he's like, don't do it. She's like, I'm gonna do it. And he's like, please don't do it. And she's like, I'm gonna do it. And then she just breaks his hammer. But oh my goodness, she brings the God of Thunder down. And it brings him in line with the Unworthy Thor storyline. Back to Hela, we actually get to see some more of her awesome stuff with her iconic headgear from the comic books, and she looks terrifyingly beautiful. I love when they take costume ideas from the comics and bring them into the movies. If you guys don't know, the Hela is just incredibly powerful. She rules Hell. She has a whole army of people down there, and currently she is working with Thanos, and they have a little thing going on. Now, I mentioned Loki being Hela's father in the comic books, and here we see him getting ready to fight it out somewhere. He looks kind of cool. And he looks like he may be on Asgard. It may also be Skurge. I'm not 100% sure. And it wouldn't be surprising that he's helping bring down his old home. We all know that he hates them Asgardians, especially Thor. But on a side note, Marvel really likes their knife flipping scenes. I'm not complaining. Knife flips for everybody. I'm just saying. First it was Winter Soldier. Now it's Loki. Sensing a pattern here. Now, I mentioned the Unworthy Thor a little bit ago. And when the Odin sons Odin locks, when they fall, he starts sporting a very similar Unworthy Thor look. The whole losing the hammer and being brought down theme is beautiful. We know Thor isn't going to lose his arm and have it replaced with Uru, but everything else is pretty much the same right now. If you don't know anything about the Unworthy Thor, I don't want to spoil it for you, but he pretty much has to be a badass with an axe and a flying goat, all while trying to get a new hammer. It was amazing. Read it, watch it. It's beautiful, and he gets an awesome little dog sidekick named Thori. Speaking of amazing things, let's talk about Skurge the Executioner. We know there are going to be some pretty amazing scenes here with Skurge, and he just goes full Rambo. And I love it because this is just like a scene from the comic books. There's an issue where he has to fight a ton of Hela's undead soldiers by himself, and he is a beast, guys. He is just amazing. He is on a whole nother level of epicness when he stands alone. His fight was so amazing against the demon soldiers of Hell that even Helena bows to him. And when people ask about him, all they have to say to address him is that he stands alone. And people automatically know who he is. Skurge is honestly just a badass. Now, Skurge has always been a badass, and he's been around for almost about as long as Thor has been around. Maybe he's actually fighting her in that scene, and this is exactly like from the comics, and he's actually fighting her undead army. But in the comic books, he's usually around the Enchantress, because he has sort of like this love worker relationship with her. But we know we're not going to see the Enchantress in this movie. Now we move on to an Asgardian that is getting some screen time, and I could not be happier for her. Valkyrie. In the comic books, she was originally chosen by Odin to escort warriors to Valhalla at the moment of their death. Eventually she moved on from that and joined the Defenders for a little while, and then she even joined the Secret Avengers. And then at one point during the Agent Venom storyline, if you've ever read it, she tries flirting with him, because she just loves herself some monsters. Here in the movie, though, she's hiding out with the Grandmaster and actually helps to capture Thor and throw him into the games against the Hulk. The smart money says that she's going to help them escape from Skurge, which is the planet that they're fighting on. We even get some cool shots of the Valkyrie fighting, but ultimately getting her butt kicked. But she honestly should not feel that bad, because Thor still takes the cake for the biggest butt whooping right now. I mean, that hammer crush scene, guys, just, come on. Come on. Now, I mentioned that she's working for the Grandmaster, and if you don't know, the Grandmaster is an elder of the universe. And he loves himself some games. So it makes sense that he'd be pitting heroes against each other in a gladiator type duel. In the comic books, the Grandmaster has even had one of the stones at one point, and Thanos had to play him in a game to try and get the stone from him. Thanos claims he could have killed the Grandmaster, but he's like, I'm gonna do it this way anyway, because that's how I do, because I'm Thanos, I can do whatever. But the Grandmaster really does love playing games. He's even used heroes as his own personal pawns for his own personal games. They've used him in the cartoons before. It honestly bothers me how much he gets off on just playing around with people's lives. The thing is, they combine the Grandmaster's love of games and the Planet Hulk storyline. Now in Planet Hulk, he gets captured and he begins to fight for the entertainment of the Red King. He even ends up fighting Silver Surfer at one point, which is, I mean, I say this word all the time, but it's amazing. It was beautiful. It was epic. I loved it. Silver Surfer versus the Hulk, yes please. But after the Hulk wins the planet, and yes, I mean, he fucking wins the planet, not as a prize, just he's so savage, he just wins the planet at the end of that storyline. The ship he was on explodes, causing his loved ones to die, and it starts the events of World War Hulk. If you haven't seen that, it's like the strongest the Hulk has ever been, ever, and no one could stop him. Not even Sentry, and if you know who Sentry is, then you'd understand why that's crazy. Now when Thor sees the Hulk, it's the best reaction, because he's just happy to see his Avenger friend on another planet. But of course, they're still gonna have to fight it out. I really want to find out how the Hulk went from stealing a Quinjet to ending up on Sakaar. But the main thing I want to talk about is the weapon that Thor is using and his helmet. The weapon we see here is very similar to the golden mace that Hercules uses in the comic books. Obviously, it's not the same weapon, but the style has to be inspired in some way by it. Fun fact, the golden mace is made out of adamantine, not adamantium, and was used in the body of James Howlett from Earth 12,025. And yes, this is an alternate version of Wolverine with golden claws. And he also has a relationship with Hercules. Beautiful. Multiverse for the win. We also get this look at Thor's new helmet. We've seen other instances of Thor's helmet, but we never really get to see him fight with it in the main story. He usually loses it after like a few minutes. So this new helmet with the movable wings was a great addition, and we're gonna see him fight the Hulk in it. It was cool when he flipped the wings back. I was like, yeah, awesome, Hulk, Thor. Yes. I'm actually really excited to see Thor go all Asgardian rage on the Hulk when they start fighting. This wouldn't be the first time that Thor's lost himself in the battle, and he's just completely raged out and just not been paying attention to anything. He even does it in the newest Unworthy Thor issues, and he goes a little bit savage all over Beta Ray Bill's face. So it's a good thing that the Hulk is a much stronger opponent than Beta Ray Bill. Last thing I want to talk about, guys, is the whole Guardians of the Galaxy feel we get for this movie. I love it. The aliens and the buildings that we see, the audience in the stands, the way that everything is set up in the background, the makeup stuff, and the soldiers they're fighting against. It feels very Guardians. And I'm not complaining about that. I am very happy about that. So I want to know who's excited for this movie and who thinks this teaser trailer was a way more trailer than teaser. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and don't forget to check out some of the other videos we got here. Thank you guys for watching and supporting the channel like champs. And as a little surprise, expect the 10K giveaway video to be coming up very soon. You guys are awesome, and I will see you guys in the next episode, video episode. You know what I'm talking about. Goodbye.